Cordial greetings, dear tutor. My name is Angie Noreli Quinchua Romero. In this opportunity, I'm going to share with you my poster. It is called Enhancing Pronunciation and Fluency in Beginner English Learners Through Introduction Theory. The author, I just did it by myself. So we're gonna start with the introduction. We have here that the problem was identified because learners' anxiety and lack of confidence when speaking in English. And the context of this problematic is that I have selected the problem of difficulties in pronunciation and fluency among beginner English learners because I had observed an English session. So I have identified this problem with the pronunciation, specifically in the past tense or verbs in the past tense, the pronunciation of the D or ED sound at the end of each word or if of each verb. So the pronouncing correctly this ending is a little bit hard for the beginning English learners. So that's why I have selected this problem. So we have here the five activities um, to work in this week area. So the first one is the 80 sound challenge. And the objective is the students will able to identify and also to pronounce regular verbs in past tense correctly, distinguishing the three ED sounds, the T, the D, and ED. Um, as I said, it results a little bit difficulty when we are learning, when we are starting to learn something, especially a second language. So the description of the activity is the teacher presents examples of each ED sound, TD and ID, and modeling the pronunciation, and students can um, follow the teacher. And the teacher, of course, explain how to put the T, the tongue, to make the correct sound. So students listen to verb pronunciation and repeat them aloud following the teacher's pronunciation. The session will be divided in three groups. Each of them have a ED sound category, and the teacher presents a list of verbs and are asking like which sound corresponds to this verb, and the group with this sound just raise the hand or just say to it is the correct group, the correct category. And we can use just gamification, some digital tool. The second activity, the name is My Story Journal. The objective of this story journal is just that students will be able to use regular verbs in past tense and to write and also to express in orally way their personal experiences, focusing on of course the correct pronunciation of the verbs. It means they share something, some experience of them, some in her last vacation, in her last month, in her last week, in her last trip. They share some really short. It don't have to be long or not, just short, but focusing on the pronunciation. So students write it and share it to the class, reading aloud their stories and recording their voices because or using a digital tool like Vocary. This is useful to record and to evaluate to provide feedback. The third one is called pronunciation coach. The objective is that students will improve their pronunciation, especially of regular verbs, of course. And this is the objective. And road guided um, AI feedback and repetition practice. It means that teacher provides a short list of maximum maybe 20 or just 15 or 10 regular verbs, the most common. As we can see here, play, work, study, walk, talk, listen, watch, or like, to pronounce them in a digital tool, a platform, of course, for free, because there are some of them, like for example, Google Speech, when you can speak and receive a feedback about your pronunciation in a brief questionnaire, evaluating a correct answer in pronunciation. Fourth one is called time travelers. Objective is the students will practice speaking skill fluently using regular verbs, but in a narrative story. It means that students will be divided into small groups or in pairs if they prefer, according to how many students are in the classroom, in the presential or in this case in a virtual classroom. Then each group invents a story describing what happened in each image, because the teacher provides some image, like providing the context of that story that they will invent. So, and then they have to record again the reading of the story, and they have to construct a collaborative storytelling, and also provide comments to their uh, classmates. And the five one is this one. It is called Past Verb Curse Gamified Escape Room. And the objective, again, is that students had a meaningful and also enriching experience in this escape room. This is like an activity using a digital tool where students are able to um, uh, uh, participate with a conditional logic. Um and each level of escape room includes pronunciation or grammar. It means that there you can find little components where you can click and you find grammar, explanation, and pronunciation. It means you can go to other pages like YouTube, a video, or some research to prove your knowledge. And we also have to use some digital platforms and tools like, for example, Canva or Genially that are really, really good for those kind of exercises. And resources like, for example, Educaplay or Kahoot, they're really useful. And we also have the assistant plant. We have some methods and are the affirmative assessment. The IA pronunciation report, the peer feedback, because as I said in the storytelling, they have to provide their feedback between themselves, not teacher, just themselves. Also, we have like a criteria. Here we have like a short rubric evaluation. We have here we have excellent, good, fair, and need improvement. And we have the criteria are pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary, and creative. Because even in this short exercise to share our posters, I have seen a lot of creative, a lot of people that had patience for her job, and put a lot of or make their best to do every single thing. So we have to, in pronunciation, we have to analyze if the pronunciation are clear or acute, if it is good if the pronunciation is minor or pronunciations is not too good, if there are frequent errors, and when it needs to improve, uh, like Urgency is when there are many errors in clear speech, when we cannot understand what the students are saying, are trying to communicate to us and to the classmates. We have the implementation plan. We have like in which many sessions we will give the every single activity. We have 3 weeks and a time for 1 hour or just 50 minutes. As a conclusion, I can say that this is an interesting um, way to prove our knowledge as a training teachers and to exploring the digital tools and also what we are able to do to yes, to do and to share with all you. And according to the guide activity, I have to give you a response of some questions. I would like to read them to you. And the first one is, what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice? I have to be honest, and right now I'm not in practice isn't there. I'm just waiting for the next semester to start this immersion practice process. So I can just say that it is really exciting to see and to hear the my classmates' experiences that are really enrichment in my process that it um have not started yet. So, second one, or the letter B, is how did you view a language acquisition evolve during the course? I think that when I started the course, I see the name of the course and I was like, oh my goodness, it will be really hard. And for a moment, it is because I have some little inconvenience with my grip, but I'm here with you. And I think I feel like too little when I see and I hear how my classmates express and what they did to this poster are really amazing, and I and I amazing. Uh, the letter C or the third question is, which activity from the ever posters inspired you most and why? Well, I have to say that I wrote the name of the classmate that is exposed. The posters, just one I remember was Catherine Boland, and the name of the poster was Building Confidence Through Interactive English Activities. Um, it was it inspired me to improve my abilities to really work hard to achieve my goals, like the basic goals, because they are like in another level. They are practicing, they are working on it, and they are showing to us their results. It make me to feel like I'm really far to the objective, to the level that I wish to I supposed to be in there. But I will continue to work really hard to achieve them, because I'm pretty sure that I could achieve it. I could improve all my English skills, and I could make better uh works, better yeah, better work to um uh well, why? Because they used my classmates use a lot of resources, and also I can hear them very clear speech. They are they also construct a very good, very good presentation that you can cut visual components and are really attractive, really interesting. You can find information that help you. In my case, it helped me to um, like project me in the future. So they also use a lot of digital tools. It is so important to be or to innovate in our practice. In my case, to project me as a future teacher that can use and provide a good ways and methods to transmit the knowledge and to make them understand the topics. So that's that I appreciate, that I really appreciate it, and I want to apply it in my practice and in my learning process. The last one is, what do you take away from every event as a future teacher? As I said, I really like, or I love the experience that my classmates shared about how they are compiling the evidence, and the students are telling them that they are actually really good and in the practice, and this is really um comfortable to find that you are doing well, that you are in a good track. So I appreciate it, and it inspired me to definitely get out to be stuck um in my process, and that they all or we all have the same uh, capacities to teach, to use a lot of tools that we have in the internet. And well, I hope to next semester I start my practice process, and I've changed a lot to be a different student and to project to start to being a different perspective to a training teacher. That's all. Thank you so much for your attention.